A massive 8.8 earthquake off the coast of Russia has triggered a tsunami threat for Hawaii and the entire West Coast.
Waves up to 10 feet expected to lash the Hawaii shoreline beginning just about 45 minutes ago at 7:15 local time in Hawaii. The earthquake struck Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula early Wednesday morning local time, the strongest quake recorded on Earth since that 9.0 earthquake that struck off the coast of Japan in 2011. That temblor, you'll recall, caused a massive tsunami that wiped out entire villages with waves over 130 feet. Nothing like that has occurred with this quake, but it has triggered tsunami warnings in Japan, in Alaska, and again in Hawaii. Now to a live picture of Waikiki Beach in Honolulu, where the sun has just set and evacuation orders are in effect. In an earlier press conference, the governor of Hawaii warned the expected tsunami will not hit one beach or a handful of beaches, but will wrap around the entirety of each of the islands.
And this was the scene across much of the island tonight as tsunami warning sirens blared. Beaches cleared and businesses boarded up. The evacuations caused heavy traffic with locals and tourists rushing to get supplies and head to higher ground for safety. And here at home, the concern is for strong currents and waves along our coast that could affect boats and swimmers.
Mary Beth McDade live in Marina del Rey, where boat owners are working to protect their property tonight. MB.
Yeah, Mike and Cher, at first there was a tsunami watch issued for the California coastline, but then it was upgraded to a tsunami advisory. And then that's when we started seeing down here in Marina del Rey as LA County Sheriff boats and helicopters began going around the marina area and announcing over the PA system about this advisory, also telling boaters to be prepared and pay attention to the weather forecast and their radios. Parts of the western coast of the U.S. are under tsunami advisories because of a massive 8.8 earthquake that struck off the eastern coast of Russia.
That's the biggest earthquake we've seen since, 2011. That was the one where Fukushima was hit. Nuclear power plant was basically taken out, if you will.
To be that large means a very large quantity of water has been displaced, and this is the type of event that does create tsunamis to be, received on the other side of the ocean.
The tsunami advisory is warning several Southern California coastal communities, including LA, Orange, Ventura, and Santa Barbara counties, that the tsunami should arrive in our area around 1 a.m. Wednesday. They say if you're located in coastal areas, move off beaches and out of harbors and marinas, and do not go to the coast to watch.
Tsunamis travel at something like 500 to 600 miles an hour, so about the same speed as an airplane crossing the ocean.
This Marina del Rey boat owner is heeding the warnings and getting prepared.
I went and packed up my medication, made sure I have everything that I need to get out of here if I have to go. I'm going to bring the car up to higher ground, and then if I have to, I'll take off on the bike. It's very rare to see the sheriff flying around and letting everybody know that they might have to leave. So, that you don't see all the time.
Experts say tsunamis often arrive as a series of waves or surges, which could be dangerous for many hours after that first wave.
You'll loosen your ties a little bit and make sure your boat doesn't slam into the dock, because they will go up and down pretty far. And I have seen the parking lot get flooded before, but it wasn't a tsunami, it was just one of those king tides.
And once again, the tsunami is expected to arrive down here in Southern California around 1 Wednesday morning. And we should also remind that experts say that the first wave may not necessarily be the largest wave. For now, reporting live here down in Marina del Rey, Mary Beth McDade, send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Mary Beth, thank you. Let's check in with meteorologist Vera Jimenez for a look outside and also what we can expect later on with the tsunami just 2 hours away.
Just 2 hours away. So if we take it back to the beginning, this is originally where the event took place, not near Moscow, but off the Kamchatka Peninsula. It was an 8.8 center. And look, in the last hour or so, we're starting to see the aftershocks develop once again. They were pretty quiet for a while, but it looks like they are coming back. So as we take a look at what we can expect here, remember that this is going to have a big, gigantic impact along the Pacific. So we do have a advisory and some warnings up and down the coast. Primarily, some of the warnings are going to impact Alaska and others are going to impact Hawaii. The rest of us really are keeping an eye out for those advisories and some watches. 11:40 is when it's going to hit Neah Bay, and then by the time we get to 11:55, it'll hit Oregon, and then from there it will continue all the way down towards Crescent City, and then finally towards the San Francisco Bay at 12:40, and then here Santa Barbara 12:50, and then of course the LA Harbor at about 1:05, and then from there it will continue around 1:15 to Newport Beach. We'll take a look at the rest of the forecast coming up in just a minute. For now, I'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Vera, thank you. To a live look now at the Santa Monica coastline tonight, as we are just hours away from seeing the tsunami's potential impact.
Gil Davis overhead in Sky 5. Gil?
Well, Sharon, Micah, you're looking at the Santa Monica police here clearing the Santa Monica pier as I speak right now. The last of the people leaving the pier right now. Although, let me bring you to the end of the pier. There are a few diehard fishermen out here. I don't know if they're refusing to leave or they're just wrapping up very slowly. They're still pulling some fish out of the ocean here. But for the most part, the people that we saw in the 10 o'clock hour all have departed the pier. That's good news as they shut down the pier. You can see some of the other law enforcement out here securing the beach. In fact, we just watched that sheriff's helicopter that MB was just talking about in her package, clearing a young couple off the shoreline right about the middle of the screen here. But for the most part, most of the people have left the Santa Monica pier and the shoreline and the sand at this point, but the police staying vigilant to make sure everyone stays off the shore. That's the latest overhead up in Sky 5. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
Okay, Gil, thank you. A Southwest flight headed to Honolulu today had to return to LAX mid-flight due to the tsunami warning affecting Hawaii. The plane spent just 2 hours in the air before returning to the airport where it landed safely. This was one of several flights, according to flight tracking data, headed to the Hawaiian Islands from Southern California, forced to return not only to LAX, but San Diego as well. So a number of flights impacted just from the Southern California area due to the tsunami warning in Hawaii.
And we have a woman on the phone who lives in Hawaii and is currently in Waikiki.
She and her family were able to make it to higher ground. Her name is Gamze Smith. She joins us on the phone. Gamze, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Hi, hello.
Terrific. Thanks for taking the time to be with us on the air here. Tell us your story. Tell us your experience, what it's been like for you there over the last several hours.
So we arrived Oahu from Maui yesterday to visit water park. Around 3 p.m. they closed it, they say it's due to the tsunami. And then they emptied the park. We tried to get a cab and Uber. There was nothing available. And finally we got an Uber. Took us around 2 hours to get to our hotel. We saw people running around, like holding their luggages and with their backpacks, run away from the ocean. It was a little nerve-wracking with our kids in the car. We finally made it to the 35th floor, and the elevators are completely closed right now. We're just waiting to hear from the officials that it's officially canceled. There's nothing yet. We've been watching the ocean. It's being calm and nice. Hopefully it stays that way.
Yeah, we have been reporting that the first waves would arrive at 7:15 local time. That was about an hour ago. And we also reported that there were some sirens that were blaring, tsunami warning sirens. Did you hear that? And did you know what to do once you heard those sirens?
Yeah, we've been on the balcony the whole time. We heard the sirens. And then right around 7:30, people got out of their balconies and started clapping and cheering because there was no tsunami at the time. People were celebrating. And but again, it's not officially canceled yet. So we're still on hold waiting.
Right, and that's the right thing to do. Can you see the streets below? What do you hear? What do you see in the city there at this point?
You know, people started to go outside. I've started to see more cars and people walking. But there's a lot of people still waiting in their apartments and hotel rooms, so I can see those as well.
Are you getting any information about the tsunami, or what are the hotel people telling you, authorities telling you? What have you heard are the next steps?
So far, we were told that the elevators are closed. We should not go outside. We should wait till we get, news from the officials that it's not going to happen. What else, Hannah? What else we heard? Getting water. Yeah, we were asked to fill out water bottles and the cups. We were also asked to fill out our bathtubs. Yes, and then we were told that they may cut the water. That's all we know so far.
All right. Well, it sounds like you're doing the right thing and that you're going to wait it out like most of the others there. We do have a live picture now of the streets in Waikiki. As you described, there are a few cars on the road, but for the most part, people have heeded the warning to get to higher ground. Gamze Smith, thank you for being with us on the phone. Be safe and best of luck to you and your family.
Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Same to you, Gamze. Thank you. And stay with KTLA for continuing coverage on the tsunami threat. We will bring you the very latest throughout the hour and on the KTLA 5 morning news beginning at 4 a.m. And for up-to-the-minute updates, head to KTLA.com or download the KTLA app.